Alright, what's up, homies? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to give you guys an update on the TYM 3515H. I already have an initial video on why I picked this tractor over all the other tractors, all the other brands. I just got a new attachment for it today, and we just rolled over 20 hours on the clock. So figured this be a really good time to let you guys know how it's going. I'm not a farmer, I'm not a rancher. There was just something inside of me telling me I needed acreage, so I had to get a tractor. So if you guys are on the fence, or maybe you're just looking at different tractors, then this is a video you guys aren't going to want to miss. So let's go. By the way, shout out to Savages Survive. One of the viewers left a comment. He was like, "You're gonna love that big fence door that you put in." And when we first were doing the fence, I was like, I don't think we're gonna need one, but he was totally 100% correct. Without this fence, of course, I couldn't get the tractor back here, and there wouldn't be a lot of stuff I could do without it. So he was absolutely right. Love this thing. Okay, so how has the tractor been? It's been great. I mean, really nothing bad to say about it. It's done everything I've ever asked it to do. Of course, right now it's basically just a big lawnmower. All I'm doing is cutting the acreage down, and it's done it, perfectly fine. The only issue, I'd say, the only thing that I've ever had break on it, and it was actually pretty early, maybe within a week or two, so I'm gonna chalk that up to the factory. But this thing here, it has a screw set on the inside of it, and basically it fell, and it's hard. I took all of this off trying to get underneath here to get it, and finally I did, but I was able to repair that myself. And then another issue I had was, let me open it up here. Gotta pull that back to get it to pop open. But another issue I had was, one day I was mowing, and this reservoir right here, the coolant, I don't know if I got too close or too hot, but it busted. And when it busted, of course I didn't have one. I had to call the guy that sold it to me, the dealership, and he got somebody out here and they replaced it. It wasn't a real major deal. I was able to drive it all the way back to the backyard, and it didn't just bust all the way and come all the way out, but it did start leaking a little bit, and I had to get it replaced, of course. But other than that, I mean, besides the factory, probably not checking it as good as they could, it's been a really good tractor. Mr. J.Y. Young is the guy that inspected it over there in Korea, so not sure if he didn't look at the ignition deal or not, but for some reason it just kind of just fell out. So that's basically the only thing I see that from the factory you need to check. And then another thing to watch, like I said, is that reservoir. So right now it's just a big lawnmower. It's done everything great. I checked, it has 27 hours, so I think at 50 hours you're supposed to do the first filter change and oil and all that. When I'm done using it, I try to get all this stuff right here off of the radiator, so it's not sucking in too much stuff. It could just stay cool. Apparently that's a high failure point for these tractors, as if they overheat. So yeah, so far so good. Ironcraft 6-foot mower, brush hog. That thing has been pretty great. Hasn't had no issues either. So yeah, let's go get the tiller on it, the disc tiller, and let's start putting some real work on it and see how it goes. All right, so here's the new attachment. It is a 7316 disc tiller or disc Harrow, whatever you want to call it. It is Ironcraft, just like my brush hog or my mower, whatever you want to call it. It's the same brand. I went with this because I have a lot of acreage that is, you know, in the panhandle it's pretty much flat, but it's kind of rocky. In the back it's not real rocky, but you can see when I got the fence put in, there's a bunch of this, you know, beside the fence where we had to put the cement footing, but there's a lot of that I'm gonna have to be tilling around. So let me give you the specs to this one. That way if you're looking for a disc tiller or a disc Harrow, you have some specs already. You've already seen this one. So like I said, 7316, 5-foot tube frame. It has sealed bearings. The horsepower required to run this one, recommended, is 30 to 40 horsepower. So mine is 35 horsepower, my tractor, so it should be pretty good. The working width is 60 inches. Blades are supposed to be 16 to 18 inch blades. I haven't measured these, so I'm not exactly sure what they are, to be honest with you. The disc blade spacing is 7.5 inches, and the most important thing, the weight on it is 650 pounds. So, you know, if you want a disc tiller, the most important thing is how heavy it is. You know, you don't want to go cheap on this and go to Tractor Supply or anywhere else. Not saying that those are bad, but if you go cheap on a disc tiller, you know, you might be paying for it later if it's not heavy enough. Like I said, this is Ironcraft. As far as I know, they make this here in America, so that's always a plus if you can find something made in America. But yeah, new attachment. Alright, so we tilled it up. Got it kind of like medium aggressive. I couldn't get it real aggressive because I think I need a sledgehammer or something to make the disc more angled, but I think this is pretty good. Kind of backtracked it over here to get it pretty smooth. I'm not going to lay sod right away. I'm going to try the roll of grass. I think it's Grow Tracks or something like that. Yeah, Grow Tracks. I'm going to try that first. If not, then I'll have to start getting sod. A bunch of experts told me to put some Roundup down, but I think I'm going to stay away from all the glyphosate. I don't want Tiger and my other dogs to be running around in glyphosate, so maybe I made a mistake there, maybe not. But even if it takes longer and I have to fight the weeds a little bit more, then I'm fine with that. I don't want to put too much glyphosate around here around the dogs and the kids, so it's going to be more natural type of lawn back here. But as far as the disc goes, man, it worked pretty good. This is just like the backyard. I think it's right under half an acre. I got some kind of, the corners I have to do, you know, like a lot more surgical. Maybe you have to do it with a rake and like a shovel, but I didn't want to, you know, get too close with the tiller. But yeah, this little flattened out area here, I'm gonna try those rolls and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, there you go, man. I mean, tractor's a beast. This new disc tiller doing exactly what I wanted to do. So heck yeah, man. Thanks for following along. Appreciate it, guys. So for all the tractor bros, here y'all go, man. Catch y'all on the next one.